Can you please tell us your name and...
Yeah, I'm Pat Simmons. I'm the pastor at New Creation Lutheran Church in Shakopee.
Okay, what is going on right now? What type of program are you having at your church?
We have a program that focuses on low-income, primarily Hispanic children who are in need of programming and also meals during the summer. We call it Camp Esperanza.
When did this camp idea start?
The idea started probably 4 years ago, and our first time we did it was 3 years ago. So this is our third year in doing this, and we had heard that the state of Minnesota would reimburse for meals for kids who are in the low income. They qualify for free and reduced meals at the school, and so we decided that we would work with the schools and see if we could encourage the kids to come and have an opportunity to provide for their daily needs and also to be able to build relationships and share the gospel.
What are the ages of children that participate at your camp, and how many are them in total?
This year it's a little bit smaller camp. We have about 80 to 90 students, and ranges from 2.5 until about 12 years old. In the past we've had larger groups, like 130 or so, but this year we've worked with the school a little bit closer, and they're taking a number of kids, and they've increased the length of summer school to match our program.
I noticed that the kids are having fun over there, but what is the main objective for this camp?
You know, I think the main objective at first was just for our church to love our neighbors. And we wanted to make sure that there was a safe environment for kids, to make sure they had food. We were concerned about gang recruitment as young as 3rd grade, and kids coming back from the summer in 3rd grade as members of gangs. And we wanted to be able to offer an opportunity that they had something besides the gangs recruiting them in the summer. We had a safe place for them to go, a place where they felt protected, and a place that they were nurtured and encouraged and mentored. And we also, as a church, we desired to share the gospel with the kids also.
Can anybody participate? How expensive is for each parent to send their child?
The first year we did it, and we asked absolutely nothing of the parents. Everything was paid for. The second and third year we've asked for $7 for the summer, the entire summer, for each child. But about 50% of those kids we scholarship, because even $7 per student is too much for some of these families. And anybody is welcome, even children that don't qualify for free and reduced. If their parents have a need to have them here, we have never turned anybody away until it was so full we just couldn't take kids.
So what this $7 covers, and for how long is this camp?
The camp, this is our shortest camp, and it's 6 weeks. In the past it's been 8 weeks. And the $7 really isn't meant to cover anything. It's more meant to have an ownership of feeling like I'm participating. I think some of the parents that first year when we did it for free felt like it was charity. But because they are able to give the $7 over the last 2 years, some of them feel much more like it's something they belong to, they participate in, and it's more to give pride and dignity to the parents than anything else.
So the children come here, they have breakfast, and can you please tell me more about what is a regular day for each child?
Sure. We send the buses out to pick up kids, so they can get picked up anywhere from 7:40 in the morning until about 8:30 in the morning, because it's a long bus route. And then we take them over to Sweeney Elementary School right across the street from our church, where they have breakfast. Then they walk back across the street to the church. We have soccer, we have crafts, we have Bible stories, just, again, a safe environment for them to play at. On Thursdays this year we take them over to the swimming pool, and all the kids get to swim for free. And then we take them back over to the school for lunch around 12:30, and about 1:30 the bus comes back and we take them all home.
What about your staff members?
The staff, again, the first year was all volunteer, which was really cool, except for I was going to burn out my tiny church, and I was afraid that we weren't going to be able to continue this very long. So we've asked for more financial support from the community to do this, and we've been able to hire staff. Some of them are people from our church, some of them are youth that the school has recommended, and we try to get some Hispanic youth, because the percentage of our kids who are Hispanic is huge. So we want people who are bilingual, but also we're looking for good role models for these kids so that they can see that they have a chance to make it.
So who is supporting economically?
Well, the church does, and then our major supporter is St. Francis Regional Medical Center here in Shakopee. They donated $50,000 this year for the programs we run in the Hispanic community. And St. Francis gives away around $4 million a year in unpaid for, uninsured care, and a lot of that is to the Hispanic community. And so one of the problems they've had is trying to, how do we organize this community so we can educate about preventative care? And so they see this as a potential opportunity for them to create community that they can do education to the parents. And one of the things that the benefits of this is we found that this is, New Creation has become a gathering place for the Hispanics in the community, even though I don't speak Spanish and our church services are all in English, so they don't come to our service. But nonetheless, when there's an issue in the community, they often end up here meeting to try to improve the situations.
Are you telling me that this church opened the doors for this Hispanic community not to have more members?
That's exactly right. We want to love our neighbors, and these are the neighbors that God has led us to. But it's not about us growing our church. If something happens where we can have somebody that we can train up in Spanish and to be a leader, that'd be wonderful. And I would love to have a Spanish service. But it's not the end goal. The end goal is to love our neighbors, because that's Christ's command to us.
You were mentioning about the kids going in the right path, not going in gangs. So is there a big problem over here in Shakopee?
With gangs?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's bigger than what most of us understand. It's not a huge issue but my understanding from being in the schools is that kids as young as 3rd grade are being recruited. There was a story 2 years ago from the school right across the street where a child came to school right before his 9th birthday, beaten up, and the liaison asked what had happened, and he said that on his 9th birthday he'll get a new family and new friends. And he was being initiated into the Latin Kings, in which you can join at 9 years old. So the gang, the gang involvement is real, and I think that most of our community is somewhat blind to that.
So do you believe that bringing children here and to have a fun time, to have to learn about the Bible, to have free meals, and to participate in a camp will stop from becoming members of the gangs?
It won't stop everything, but it will give them a safe place where they're not being recruited all the time. And I think that, we've seen, I have an email from a 2nd grade teacher telling me the difference that some of the soccer programs we have going have made in this one child's life. And then last summer, we had a child who was coming here all the time, and his older brother started coaching the soccer program. The older brother was already a member of a gang, and through just involvement in our programs here, he believes that he has another opportunity, and he actually got out of the gangs as a result of being involved here, of earning money. We were able to pay him some money to coach, and he saw that maybe he had a better opportunity elsewhere. So I don't know how many we're going to, we have a few stories, but even a few people make it worthwhile.
Okay.